Howdy folks, Timber Drifter here. Today is the Tuesday the 26th of April. Excuse the shake while I put my glove on. There we go. Out for a bit of a walk. Just a quick one. I'm house sitting. So, out walking the dog, Kona the Rocket Dog, before she unfortunately has to stay in the house all day while I go to work. Probably doesn't mind that much today. As you can see, it's snowing. If you see a little blue smear in the corner of your screen there, it's because I've sort of fashioned a little hat for the phone out of a blue shop rag. It may come down into the lens a little bit, trying to keep the snow off the phone. Despite the way it looks right now, we've had some wonderful days recently. Warm, sunny, lots of rain, and these little snowstorms occasionally. This time of year, it often can't decide if it's snowing or raining. I've been here at this place for a few days now. Oh, Kona's hunting something. Taking care of the horses and feeding the cat, walking the dog. It's always fun. One of the horses is elderly. He's been in poor health off and on the last couple of years. He was always where's she at? He was always a pretty haughty character. Always charging around with his tail up high and his head up high, and stomping and running and making a lot of noise. Never was a horse that I could pet or even safely get that close to him when I was feeding him. But now that he's old and sick, he's a sweet old boy sometimes. He'll come right up to me and put his head on my shoulder. I'll scratch his neck. Pretty nice. Don't get me wrong, he's still an asshole, but he has his moments. I'm surprised that's still going. Smoking some, let's see here, I think I do have the 10 in my pocket. Robert McConnell, Latakia Flake. This is an interesting one. At times it reminds me very much of Reaver Plug. I've smoked several 10s of it over the last, 6 years or something. I taste more Kentucky typically than Latakia, if I even taste that at all. It has a sort of a Lakeland-esque topping. Not much of one, but it's there. And there's a smell in the tin after the tin's been open several days that I just pinpointed that smell this morning. It reminds me of sherry. I probably haven't drank or smelled sherry in over 10 years. But that was the smell. I don't know if that's what it's flavored with or not. But anyway, an interesting blend. Comes in a flake. Easily broken up. In fact, I don't think you could keep from breaking up the flake. Smoke's good. I like it. Usually once I open a tin, I smoke all the way through it because I don't care to let this tobacco dry out. There's a trail camera. Everyone wave. So I hadn't been over here to this property since sometime last year. We've had a number of windstorms, especially in December. There was a big one that turned into tornadoes down in Kentucky and Tennessee, but here it was just, I think, 70-mile-an-hour winds. Snapped off a lot of trees. What you're looking at there is didn't used to be a hole in the canopy. You can see a lot of these trees behind me are tangled up and broken off at the ground. A lot of trees down everywhere. Several more windstorms throughout the winter as well. People are still cleaning it up, especially now that the snow has melted. There's very little snow left on the ground. Despite what you're seeing, this is just a dusting. The only snow left anywhere is in the deep woods or the big plow piles that haven't melted yet. Oh, there we go. Finally went out, I think. So I haven't been particularly present online. Not that I'm not online, but I'm engaged in other things, mostly doing research. I'll listen to podcasts and things like that while I'm working. Not been catching too many YTPC videos. For quite a while. I don't really know what's going on. Seen a few. There are there's a lot of things going on that I like to keep track of best as I can. Are you going home, Kona? You going home? 'Cause I was going to walk all the way around. Okay. So yeah, a lot of events going on in the world that I like to keep track of. Here in this country, mostly. Looks like we got some hard times coming. So I'm ramping up my gardening a little bit. Acquiring certain tools and bits of clothing, and I need several more pairs of glasses before I'll feel prepared to deal with hard times for a while. There are some tracks that are not Kona's tracks. These are white-tailed deer tracks. They're all around here, but that deer just ran through here moments ago. And she is looking for it. I can't see her in the phone. She's back there somewhere. Hey, come on. No chasing deer. Yeah, a lot of stuff going on. No hand wringing here. I'm not worried. I've been a survivalist since I was about 13 years old. I'm not concerned about all the hard times. You'd be stupid not to be, but it doesn't get to me. I have my concerns, but I do what I can rather than freaking out about what's going on or being lulled into a state of paralysis. I have friends that watch the news every day and they're just wrecked. I try to provide them with options rather than scare tactics. It's not really helpful to be scared all the time. Spring peepers have been going here the last couple of nights. First time I've heard them this year. Obviously, I think they're probably going to quiet down for the next couple of days, considering it's about 28 degrees. Can't do the calculation for Celsius in my head right now, but that's chilly. It's below freezing. Obviously, or it wouldn't be snowing like this. I guess with a lot of the stuff going on, you can definitely, if you're paying attention to it, which you probably should be a little bit. It's a bit more dangerous than our normal existence, even considering the last couple of years. Anyway, it's easy to not know what to do and just decide that you can't do anything about it. So, of course, nothing that's going on, you and I can't do anything about any of that, and no amount of our anxiety about it helps anything. It just paralyzes us, bothers the people around us. And if you don't have any idea what I'm talking about, I don't know how to help you. Don't worry about it then. But if you do know about I can stand here and list off 20 different things that any one of those things by themselves would be detrimental on a large scale, and they're all happening now, but I won't. It'd be a very good idea to look at what you might need for a couple of weeks to sit out an emergency, and then a couple of months, maybe like 3 or 4 months, put back enough canned goods and dry goods to be able to sustain yourself and your family and have the water available or a way to get it and purify it, and sanitary concerns like where are you going to go to the bathroom if the water isn't working. It'd be a good idea to think about that stuff. If you take medications, it'd be a good idea to get as much of them stocked up as you can. I'm not saying something's going to happen. I don't know. But there are too many things at play right now that, as I said, any one of them alone would be a serious problem in normal times, and they're all coming to a head now, it seems. I think we'll be good for a long time yet. I don't know that though. So I'm not going to sit on my hands worrying about what's happening. I'm getting busy doing the things. Make sure I've got food and what I need for myself and my people. I'm not too concerned about guns. If you've got guns, you probably don't need any more. But do you have ammo? Anyway, ramblings of a madman on a snowy day. It's not about being afraid, it's about being prepared so you can deal with things. That way, if something does happen on a mass scale, natural disasters even, you're not stuck in reaction mode like everyone else. It's about providing as much peace and stability as you can for yourself and your people. Not about sitting on a bunch of buckets of beans and rice and MREs and ammo cans with your favorite battle rifle in your hand like a scared mother hen on top of her eggs just waiting for the sky to fall. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about prepping your pantry like your great grandma did, so you don't have to go to town for a month if you don't need to. Anyway, I didn't know what I was going to talk about, but I've said a whole lot more than I meant to anyway. Don't be scared. Be concerned, but don't be scared. Take care of yourself. I don't think disaster is imminent, but it sure looks like hard times are coming. Get outside.